Now let's go back to our studios one more time. Here's Steve Cashel.
All right, not a great first half for the Bulls, but they did go on a 10-5 run to close the second quarter. And coming up here in our Chevy GL halftime report, Norm Van Leer will join me to analyze the first half. We'll also head out west to check in on the Jazz and Rockets as Utah goes looking for its first appearance in the NBA Finals. But first, it's the Ameritech call of the half.
Oh, MJ split everybody and put it in.
Well, Miami generally jumps them.
World Champion Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you in part by your local Chevrolet and Geo dealers, people you can trust when you're looking for a good car value. The owners, managers, and crew who proudly call the McDonald's in your neighborhood My McDonald's. NBC5 committed to Chicago. Gillette Sensor XL and the Gillette Series, Gillette, the best a man can get. Get away from the ordinary and discover the extraordinary. Las Vegas, call your travel agent today. And by Ginsana, the original all-natural energizer.
Steve and Norm back with you. Tonight it's Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals as the Bulls are meeting the Miami Heat. The Bulls are coming off a long rest period, having not played since last Tuesday, while the Heat are coming off that tough 7-game series against the Knicks, which they closed on Sunday. Here's what it's looked like thus far. Miami comes out running and gunning. But Sean Leonard, a big first half on the fast break, hits the long three. It's our Gillette replay, Norm.
Tempo beat they played. They just got into off of a series with New York. Bulls rested. And it shows, Steve, in his first half.
2 rejections here for Alonzo Mourning in front of Coach John Thompson, the present Georgetown coach, I should say. Michael keeps the Bulls in it. He leads all scorers with 20 points. The Bulls found themselves down by as many as 15, but then cut it to 6. But Alonzo Mourning leads Miami right now with 13 points. Phil and Tex looking to make some changes at the half. Bulls, as I said, trailed by as many as 15 at 34-19, but going a small run there towards the end of the second quarter. And right now it's a 49-38 lead at the half. You were talking about it, Norm, in the pregame show of how the Bulls, this may happen to the Bulls with that long rest. And Miami just coming off a game, we think they might get tired out. Maybe that'll come in the third and fourth quarter. But right now the Bulls are getting out-hustled. They're being out-rebounded. Miami's looking good.
Well, they're looking good. I don't know if the Bulls, things are just not falling into place. I think you got the shot. They're running the plays. They got things going. I think they're hustling. They're doing things, but they're not capping. They're not finishing it off. And a couple of times they did stand around on the defense, but at the same time, the defense has kept them somewhat close by coming up with some good plays. And sometimes Miami might have rushed some shots, but the Bulls came down with some fast breaks, hit a few shots, got into a little spurt, and you say, hey, the rust is off, let's go. But then it showed right back again. And at the same time, you got to go with the momentum. Miami's shown that. They've played well. In most parts, they're playing team ball. Seemed to be a very comfortable game, not a physical, eye-staring, popping game that you think a Pat Riley team would bring forth in playing the Bulls. So right now, Steve, they're playing good balanced ball. Seems like a little lightweights just going at it by hitting each other, punching, filling out. And I like to say the Bulls need to come out, need to exert something in the third period or keep Miami from running out, because that is the most important period. Bulls have been known to come out and score, but they have to watch Miami so they don't jump out to a big lead in that third period.
You talk about balance now. The Bulls are not getting much balance. Jordan and Pippen have combined for 31 of the 38 points. Other than that, Steve Kerr 3, Rodman 2, Luke 2. They need some other guys to be scoring, especially like a Tony Kukoc.
No doubt about it. Usually when the Bulls play, they're 2 leading scorer. Look, they only have 3 guys in the whole roster averaging double figures of a team that's won 69 games, and I've beaten that to death, but I find that truly amazing. But someone has got to step up. They had shots. They're just kind of blowing it, missing a layup here and there. Another force you got to remember, circle this. Alonzo Mourning's blocking everything and playing ball, and playing Alonzo Mourning ball without the temperament and the attitude that goes with it. There's no flare-ups at this particular time. Good basketball, but at the same time, be very careful in this third period. The Bulls cannot, in my opinion, afford to let this team get out to a 15, 16-point lead and then use up all that energy trying to get back in the game. Keep it even kill, get going, and hopefully the offense starts getting in sync and making some shots and making Miami play a little more defense.
All right, still to come, we're going to take a look at the Houston Rockets and their opening game with the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference Finals. We'll also get you set for second half action for the UC as our Chevy Geo halftime report continues. Coming up after the game, don't forget, We'll go live inside both locker rooms, and we'll do it throughout the NBA playoffs. Remember games 3 and 4 on NBC this weekend, Saturday, Monday. But join Norm and I as soon as it's over on NBC. Turn over the Sports Channel. You'll see us here with complete postgame. The winner of this Bulls Heat series gets the winner of the Western Conference Finals. That series features the Utah Jazz and Houston Rockets, meaning each of the top 4 seeds in the NBA playoffs have advanced. Last night, the Jazz beat the Rockets in Game 1 of their best-of-7 series. Before the game, Mailman was delivered the trophy from Commissioner David Stern. Of course, Michael Jordan finished second early on. Mailman with some email. Beautiful backdoor feed, cutting Jeff Hornacek from Lyons Township. He had 19. Then Kevin Willis downloaded Charles Barkley. Not a great game for Barkley, but time running out in the first half. Stockton, the prayer at the buzzer. Yes, everything going Utah's way, especially at home. They're up 9 at the break. Off the long, Barkley missed them. Malone gets the outlet, slams it home. Malone shows why he's the MVP. Utah, very, very difficult. Karl Malone shaking off a hand injury to score 21. Stockton added 16 points, 13 assists. Utah led by as many as 21. Akeem had 30 for Houston, but none in the fourth quarter. And Utah now up 1-zip in that best-of-7 series. Game 2 tomorrow again in Utah. And the Utah Jazz looking good. So difficult to beat at home now. They're 44-3 this year at the Delta Center.
No doubt about it. That's why you get that home court advantage. It's going to be very difficult to deal with that, if they maintain and get through this. But Houston's very capable of coming back and winning.
Yes, they are. I thought it would be a great finals if we can get the Bulls and the Houston Rockets in it. That'd be outstanding. We're going to get you set up for second half action from the United Center. When we continue here, right now, Bulls trailing at the half, 49-38.
This halftime break is brought to you in part by Brewery Fresh Budweiser. Now introducing new Born on Dating. It's the day your bud was born because fresh beer tastes better.
Norm and I will be hosting a Bulls party on Saturday, May 24th at the Alumni Club in Lincoln Park for Game 3 of this series. There will be free pizza at halftime, also door prizes and free giveaways, including a pair of Bulls playoff tickets. First 100 people through the doors receive an MGD Bulls souvenir glass. It's all sponsored by Miller. Come join us. We'll have a question-answer session with Norm, trivia contest with prizes. Yes, then, of course, after the game, Norm and I will be here on Sports Channel for complete post-game from Miami. Bulls right now trailing by 11 in Game 1, 49-38. What do the Bulls need to do to win?
First of all, a good, strong attitude in the third period, just like my good friend George Berger of the Sun-Times. Keep up the good attitude. He's not feeling well right now. That's what the Bulls are going to do. George, get well. Bulls are going to come out smoking.
And they're going to win.
Yes, they are. They better. They're a little rusty right now, Steve, but they'll get it.
Should be a good second half. It's about to start right now. Bulls trailing the Heat. Following these messages, head back out to the UC, and we'll rejoin Tom, John, Pax, and Little Lou for the call of the second half. Norm, you're killing me. We'll see you after the game.
Welcome back to the United Center. We're standing alongside assistant coach Frank Hamblin. 31% shooting, 38 points. Not the offense you guys were looking for in the first half. What isn't happening?
No, that kind of tells the story about it as far as we were concerned the first half. And, even though we were rested, it looked like we had a little rust on us, especially Tony and Brian Williams. I think they combined for 0 for 11. We only got 3 points off our bench, and Steve Kerr hit a three-pointer. We beat them on the boards. We only had 2 turnovers, so, hopefully we'll get a rhythm on our shot.
They had 7 3-pointers in that first half. How do you shut down those guys?
Well, it's all about knowing where the shooters are. We have to find Deshaun Leonard on every possession in transition. Just know where he is. Stay attached to him at all times. Also Marley and also Hardaway.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to Tom, Johnny, and John.
All right, thanks, Lou. You always know there is an awful lot of interest in Chicago Bulls basketball, but look at all this stuff. Transmitters, wireless stuff, and cameras. Most of those are for still shots. I thought they were all for Luke and Ellis, actually. Let's take a look at Payne Weber first half stats. The field goal story, Miami made 5 more. See, took a lot less. The field goal percentage, very much better for Miami. Three-pointers, huge for them. Rebounds, Bulls did a nice job rebounding. That's probably one of the big reasons they're in the game. Blocks 7-1 and fast break points. Bulls have got to get out on the break and get some easy points.
It goes back to easy points that Miami has gotten and the Bulls haven't. And really that